Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Stevenson. I would like to thank all of you for joining me tonight for my speech. Tonight I will be discussing the different types of birth control and the pros and cons of birth control. There are many different types of birth control in today's world, such as oral contraceptives, injections, patches, the IUD, the birth control implant, sponges, condoms, and abstinence. First and foremost, abstinence is the most effective way to prevent unwanted pregnancies, but is not rarely used. It is the only 100% effective way to prevent unwanted pregnancies. So let's discuss some other options. The oral contraceptives, also known as the birth control pill, is one of the most frequently used birth controls in the world. This pill is taken by mouth once a day. If taken correctly, it is 99% effective. Some of the side effects are nausea, mood changes, missed menstrual cycles, weight gain, and headaches. Next are birth control injections. There are many different types of injections, but the one that most people are familiar with is the Depo-Provera, which is what I am currently on. This injects the hormone progestin into the muscle every 3 months. If the injection is received on a regular basis, it is 99% effective. Some of the side effects are dizziness, abdominal pain, depression, other mood changes, headaches, acne, irregular bleeding, irregular menstrual cycles to no menstrual cycles. Now on to the patch, which is also known as the Ortho-Evra. This is a thin beige piece of plastic that works sort of like the pill. It is placed on the pelvic region and changed every week, but it is not worn during your menstrual cycles. The side effects are nausea, stomach pain, headaches, anxiety, mood changes, skin irritation, redness, irregular bleeding, or spotting. If used correctly, it is only 91% effective. Next is the IUD, which stands for the intrauterine device. This is inserted into the uterus to provide birth control. There are 2 different types of IUDs. The first one is the progestin IUD, which is inserted and lasts up to 3 to 6 years. The second one is the copper IUD, which is inserted and lasts 12 years. Both are over 99% effective. Some of the side effects are irregular cycles, bleeding, nausea, bloating, back pain, and headaches. These types of birth control can be felt in your body, and they have a possibility to fall out of the body all on their own. Next is the birth control implant. This is also widely used today, like the birth control pill. This is a small single rod inserted under the arm in the skin. It also can be felt through the skin. This protects against unwanted pregnancies for 3 years. It is 99% effective if it's inserted correctly. If it's not inserted correctly by a medical professional, it will become irritated and have to be removed. Some of the side effects of this are weight gain, acne, irregular bleeding, mood changes, pain, and nausea. Next are the contraceptive sponges. These are small white pieces of plastic foam which are inserted in the uterus. It surrounds the uterus, and the sponges also contain spermicide. If the sponges are used on typical use, they are only 77 to 88% effective. Some of the side effects are irritation, itching, and burning. Next is condoms. This is a very well-known and widely used form of birth control. This helps prevent against unwanted pregnancies and also sexually transmitted diseases. On a regular basis, condoms are only about 82% effective. Now on to some of the pros and cons of birth control. Many people do not use birth control because of what it can do to your body. It stops your body from producing the natural bodily functions that it's supposed to. Some of the side effects, such as the weight gain, the mood changes, and the acne, also causes people to shift away from getting on birth control. And birth control is also not 100% effective. You can still become pregnant while you are on birth control. Some of the pros of birth control is that it helps prevent unwanted pregnancy better than just a regular condom. Condoms are not 100% effective. They can rip, and tear easily, and they can also become old and expire. Condoms should not be your only form of birth control. Birth control can also regulate the menstrual cycle and help with abdominal pain during the menstrual cycle. As I stated earlier, I'm currently on the Depo-Provera shot. I have had no major issues with the shot, but I do plan on switching to the patch soon. In conclusion, birth control is a good idea, in my opinion. If you are thinking about becoming sexually active, please consider birth control. It is a much safer and more effective way to prevent unwanted pregnancies. Again, thank you all for joining me tonight.